Hello and welcome to the channel Gaming Like a Noob. I'm the Noob and I call myself Sansomi. And it's time for the last episode of this season. We're going to play 2 league games and then we have a playoff, and we're going to keep this episode going as long as we're still in the playoffs. I don't know what that means, if it's going to be 1, 2, 3. I don't think there is more than 3, but let's say 4 games more than those 2. So let's just jump into the first game. But first of all, let's say, if you're not subscribed to the channel, I would very much appreciate if you did. And for the guys and girls who are subscribed to this channel, I'd like to say thank you very much. Now we'll jump into this game, and we're gonna rest players, of course. So let's see, we have a couple of players in this team that aren't allowed because they played in the under-18 game, I guess. So let's take them out. I was going to try Lee Head in this game, but I can't. So right midfielder, I think we're going to go with David Amo this time. Let's give him the opportunity. Now we have a central midfielder and a left midfielder. What do we have that are, let's do, you know what, let's go into filter and let's go unavailable, disappeared, like that. Now a central midfielder, who are we going to choose? We don't want to use any of these. Brad, he can play as a left if I don't find anybody else. He can play as a left midfielder, I remember that. Come on, let's find somebody that can play here. Terry Wilson is supposed to be rested, so he's not going to play. I could play Noah Baba, but no. Casey Bernard didn't play for the under-18. That's a bit of a shocker. He's always one of the best in training, so yeah, whatever. But this is an annoying situation. We're going to have him as the first substitute, though, Lewis Jones. And then we need a central midfielder. This isn't fun. We don't want to use any of the players that we want to save for the, what should we call it? Let's put him there. We don't want to use any of the players that we are going to have as first team players in the playoffs later on. None of them are going to play in these 2 games here. So now we need a left midfielder. Terry Wilson, of course not. So I think it's going to be Brad Bood. And then we need a substitute there as well. I'm going to go with Josh Higgins. I don't care. This is a team facing off against South Shield. And I have a bad feeling about this. It feels like they're going to run us over. Especially since they are in the fight of their life, because they are competing against Peterborough Sport to win this division. So that's going to be interesting to see if we can make things problematic for South Shield. And then we're going to face off, and we're going to be using this kind of team as well in the last game, which is against Peterborough Sports. So yeah, it's going to be tough for them, because it could all end up with who of these 2 teams score the most goals on us. So yeah. Oh, here comes Fishbum, and Marcel saves the first one. Good one. And yeah, it looks like we could be signing a new striker. I've found James Wilson. Oh, yeah, James Wilson, I think his name is. Williams or Wilson. I think it was Wilson, the old Manchester United player, 28 years of old. I remember him when he played in Manchester United. He didn't play very many games, but he was there. He's now a free agent, and he's in our club as on trial. And I've offered him a contract, and it looks like he's going to be accepting it. That's a bit of a shocker. And of course, another thing that was a bit of a shocker was that I was able to offer him a £300 a week contract, which I was surprised about, because all the other players that I've tried to sign now for the last couple of months there has been, you can offer him £20, no more. And so that's been a problematic thing, of course. But it's not here. They take the lead, South Shield. Taking them half an hour though. But as I said, yeah, it's a bit of a surprise that, and hopefully he will sign. I don't know if I don't think he can join us now at this late stage of the season. I think he's going to be joining us in the summer then, once the season is over. Because I think that there was actually a transfer deadline for us as well. But I don't know, maybe it doesn't count free transfers, or not free transfers, players that don't have a club, players without clubs. Maybe we can sign them still, I don't know. We're just going to have to see. It would be possible that could be a strong signing. I'm hoping it will be, even if he now joins us. Everything's been green in the negotiations, so I'm hoping that he will sign. But yeah, we don't know. Some other club might join in on the fun and try and sign him. We're just gonna have to see about that. Here we go. First half is over. They've only got 1-0. That's actually quite surprising. Muir, that's got to be Marcus Muir, the player that I have in Welling United. There's Hunter. Hands up. Oh, here they come. Well, if we are to go from the last game, the previous games, the game, this will, of course, not be a very fun end, because it means that they will start scoring a lot of goals on us pretty soon. Here's number 2. Here is number 2. We made 3 changes here because we wanted to, partly I want to try to see if we can give Higgins a chance to develop. It doesn't seem and feel like we can develop our players as a semi-professional club, so it is kind of stupid to sign these young promising players. We should try to reach and get a hold of players that are good enough to play now and do the best with that kind of players. But if we become professional now after this season, which I'm hoping, because it's still in the planning stage, there are no information on it being done or if it's not going to happen. So I am hoping that we will be a professional club for the next season, so that we can train every day of the week. I just got to remember to sign full professional contracts with the players, or they won't train as full professionals. But yeah, I'm hoping that we will be professionals, and then I think we can be able to start developing these young players and hopefully getting them better. I mean, they're training brilliantly every week. I have loads of players that I needs to praise, because they're training 8, 9 in average rating, but it doesn't seem like anything is happening with them. They don't seem to get better. I mean, yes, Trent Tringle has improved his penalty taking from 5 to 6. He's been our #1 penalty taker and been putting in. He's been training his private focus, or whatever they call it. Has been on individual focusing, has been on penalty taking. So yeah, I mean, but yeah, as I said, it's hard for to see. This doesn't seem like they are only 2-0 here. That's yeah. South Shield needs to be aware that Peterborough Sport can score more goals on us than this. The game is over. 2-0. We lose. And I guess I'll just say that I'll see you in the next and last league game of the season. And so we're here. Second game of this episode. Last game of the league. Only playoff games after this, or game perhaps. We don't know how many we will get to play. But we're going to play with a substandard team against Peterborough as well. Some news is that James Wilson has actually signed for us and will join the club the 20th of May, which is when the season is over. So we have a new striker, boys and girls. Hopefully he can be a good striker for us next year. I don't know if he's still here as let's take out that unavailable, because I had him on trial for 4 weeks and he's still here. Yes, here he is, James Wilson. He will join us, or he has joined us, one should say, but he's not going to join the troop until until the 20th of May. You can see his history here. He's been in Manchester United, Brighton, Derby, Sheffield United, Aberdeen, Salford, Porth Vale. So interesting player, but he's been lent out and gone on free transfer his entire life. That's sad. I remember him in Manchester United. He made even 13 appearances that season and scored 1 goal in the 14-15 season. I remember him. So yeah. But having said that, let's jump into team selection. We'll go back to the team selection here, because we're going to have a little look so that we are using. Let's see. We do have. I think we're going to have Anton instead of Brad Booth there, or maybe Jared McCready. That's the one. I want him to get some play time. Anybody else down here that I want? Look at this. Trent Tingle is back in full training. I hope he will be healthy, fresh to play against in the first playoff game. Joe Ling is here. Eddie Mortsher. Well, he can't be playing if McCready's going to play, so let's go with that. Aaron Harris, I think. No, I did put Lee Head there to play today. Maybe I do like that. Put Harrison in there. Aaron Harrison. It will be interesting. And maybe Leighton Woolford. Give him the opportunity to play today, actually. There we go. Not a good side, but it is a side. And the board and the supporters are expecting us to draw this game, which I don't believe in that, I must say. And whether I would like to gain promotion or not through playoffs, I do believe that the best chance for us would be to rest all our star players in this game, because this game means nothing more than morale or stuff like that, so to speak. And none of those players that are going to be playing in the playoffs are actually on the pitch. So yeah, let's see what we can do. Amu might be on the bench. He might even play if Trent isn't fresh enough to play once we get there to the playoff. But I think Trent is going to be okay. Harrison. Oh, so we are in white. Peterborough Sports in blue, of course. Or white and black is what we are in. Here comes Peterborough. And, ooh, good save. But the rebound hit, he left. Puts Peterborough Sports up. And let's have a look at the table once this replay is played. Let's see if South Shield has scored in their game as well, or if Peterborough are surpassing them. Peterborough, yep, Peterborough has surpassed South Shield at the moment. Peterborough is going to be directly promoted. South Shield needs to win their game as well. I'm pretty sure Peterborough Sport is going to win today. So, and to be honest, they are well worthy of winning the division. They've pretty much been number one here most of the season. So it would be a bit sad for them to lose the title in the last game when they pretty much dominated the first position most of the season. Good save by Woodford though. Let's see here now. South Shield is not playing at the moment. Alright. Have they played their game, or are they going to play their game? That's I didn't see how many games South Shield had played. And they have played 46. South Shield has not won their game, so Peterborough only need to win today and they are going to go up. They're going to win unless we equalize here. They're going to be the winners. So they don't need the goal difference anymore. They just need the 3 points. How good for them. But wait a minute. No, they are playing. They're having... I don't know why I missed out on that. South Shield are playing at the same time. So they're playing, if it was Kettering or something, on away turf. And they only need to score and they will surpass Peterborough Sports, because Peterborough Sports only have 1-0 here. And South Shield actually do have better goal difference than Peterborough. But Peterborough really should be making more of amends to try and score against us. Here they go. 2-0. But if South Shield win their game, they're going to need more than 2-0. I think they need 4-0 plus and the goals that South Shield wins their game with. So they need to score quite a few goals if South Shield wins their game. They're playing away against Kettering Town and they're still goalless in that game. Bernard, Harrison, Bernard, here's Amu, here's Harrison, here's Alan. Alan moving. Oh, Dreher just standing there. That was a horrible action. Oh, that was that looked a little too easy, I must say. You know what? Let's do this. Lee Head, but Lee Head is not supposed to be playing as a ball-winning midfielder, so I'm going to try and get him to become a box-to-box midfielder or whatever. Let's see what he can, where his strength is then. Box to box, no. Advanced playmaker, no. I guess he's not better. Let's play him as an advanced playmaker and support. Interesting to see that we things going the way they are. First half soon to be over. I generally let the players play the entire first half, but yeah, I just wanted to get Lee heading there and see what he can do. He's a 16-year-old that hasn't been given the time of light in the first team, so I think it's a good thing putting him in there. First half is over, 3-0 to Peterborough. And of course, I'm going to go with that. Let's see if something will happen here now. Flowers to Brown. I mean, let's take out Flowers, shall we? And put in Sid Nelson. I don't like Brown, Flowers or Sid actually. I really want to be able to get rid of those salaries in our club, because I don't think any of them are good enough to play for this club. So that's a bit disappointing that they're still here, to be honest. Ooh! Holy smoke, good free kick by Head. Let's go. Stevens getting off, Oswell coming in. And we've done all our 3 changes. Now we can just sit back and wait and see what will happen here. We could do that, they should use a lot more, but then we risk injuries, and especially on Moo and his but let's do it anyway. Let's have a much more direct, a much higher tempo. Yeah, get stuck in transition. We want to distribute over, so we get balls for the strikers to run on. Let's see if that can do anything for us. Woodford saving that one. Head with a free kick. And good save by their keeper. And I'm going to demand more. Let's see if my team can do anything here in this game. Woodford saving that one, that was good. Wonder how things are going. South Shield has actually scored against Kettering and are top of the table on 44 in goal difference. So they have the same goal difference, but for some reason South Shield has the top position. That's so sad for Peterborough, to be honest. Oswell, Henry saved that one. At the moment, only 1 goal is needed for Peterborough to surpass South Shield again, but they need that goal. And here's McCready with a corner for us. We could dump out there. No, we couldn't. Look at all those players at that same position. That's weird. Oh well. Brown. Long ball towards Allen. No, didn't help. Head. Allen. Allen shoots. Henry saves. Oh, it's so close now. And I don't know what to say. I don't know if I want them to score on us or if I want South Shield to win the division. South Shield did win over us in the FA Cup and beat us out of the FA Cup, so I do have a little nail in the eye against them, but yeah. I do not know. Oswell is actually there first. What happened there? Is it a penalty? Yes, we have a penalty. So I guess if Kettering doesn't score, Peterborough, you will have to play a playoff situation to try and reach the next division. That's going to be tough for you. And we score. Peterborough, your only hope is that Kettering gets a point against South Shield, or you will not be promoted, directly promoted here. The good results for South Shield this, especially if South Shield manage to win their game. That's of course very important as well. As Edmonton, Head, McCready with a long ball towards Allen, but that doesn't help. Brown playing the long ball again, trying to reach Oswald, but he didn't. Brown again to Head with a long ball out there, and it's over. And it's interesting. It's going to be interesting to see, and I'm going to talk about that before the next game. So I guess I'll just see you in the playoff game. And so we're here to the first playoff game. I accidentally pressed the long one time too many. So we got into this page. But we are going to go further. It was, by the way, South Shield that managed to gain promotion. So Peterborough will be playing playoff in the end of it. Now, let's see if this is the only game we have left to play, or if we're going to get to play more games. I'm going to try my best to at least reach the final of the playoff, but I also know that that's going to be very tough. But let's see what we can do. And I'm going to, of course, be putting in my best players again. They are going to be back in the team. My best team, let's see. Trent Jingle is back. Joe Ling and Alex. Where's Alex? Where is Alex? There's Alex. And the left midfielder is, of course, Terry Wilson. There he is. And then up front, Woodcock and Princewell. You can see James Wilson there, and he will join us the 20th of May, as I said. Very exciting about that, or excited, I should say, about that. And then we need a bench. And of course, we're going to go with the goalkeeper, Marzell. And then we're going to go with O'Driscoll. We're going to go with, let's see, a midfielder perhaps here, Liam Nolan. And then somebody that, yeah, Amu. David Amu can play both left and right. And then we're going to have a striker, of course, as the last one. I think that's going to become, we're going to be Jamie Allen. Like that. This is the team. And we hope that we can beat out Althrincham. It's going to be tough, of course. We've been having problems quite a bit at the end of the season, but we have rested player. Hopefully they don't. Hopefully they've been using their best players to the bitter end of the season. We have rested our players for the last 3 games, so they should be ready to go and feel like they are that they can do something about this. Here we go. We are in black, Althrincham in red and white. Princewell, why didn't you move there? Sometimes I wonder about that, lad. But they do have green on everyone as well, so they probably rested a lot of players as well. Dangerous situation there. Now, I would have been a bit happier if we were playing at home, but because I think that would have given us more money. Now perhaps we might be losing money. I don't know, but it feels like it's going to be. It's not a lot of TV money and stuff like that in a game like this. So it would have been appreciated to be able to play at home, but yeah, we have to take it like it is. Almost 5,000 here coming to look at this game, and they are completely dominating this game. I'm really hoping that we will sort of grow into this game, because we've not been using these players for a couple of games, and that is the problem, which will be fixed in about 15 to 20 minutes of play. We just need to get their bearings back. Here's Wilson. Tyree Wilson. Can he get the ball in? Well, he gets it somewhere, and it's headed out by them. Let's see. They look a little bit more tired than we are, especially the last couple of players in the lineup, but not much, so I don't know if it's going to have a relevance, maybe in the end of the game. But, oh crap, it could be over before that. Come on. Lads, this is... I know, I don't plan on getting promoted, but I didn't plan on going out in the very first playoff game either. I wanted to reach the final, of course, because that would be most likely the best thing financially. And ooh, and I'm going to demand more from my players. I know that they can play better than this. They've done it time and time again. And I'm going to be angry at them at half time. That's for sure. I'm not going to throw the water bottle, but I'm going to be angry. Dressing room. Crash my arms. Been terrible so far. Sort it out. Let's get going. Maybe I want to do one or two simple things in transition. I want them to just hoist the ball up there. And yeah, and I'm ready to get people sent off for us to try and go through. It's the last game of the season, and otherwise, so we need to put in every effort we can to try and go through in this game here. That's just the way it is. Oh, did I... Or was there even a possibility to... Yes, higher tempo, of course, we want that as well. Good, Blake Tracy, but what a worthless ball that was. And even if I told them to play them long, I mean, they need to see the strikers running as well. They can't just hoist it towards their defenders. Ooh, 3 defenders running into the center there. That's a bit of a weird thing. Oh well, they get a corner out of that. No, I'm not going to get stuck in. I don't care if we get players sent off or whatever. We need to do something to get this game turned around. There's McGavin for them, and almost 2-0. Come on, Jones. Let's get that equalizer, and let's get a win for some way. I want us to win, of course, in this one. I don't want to get promoted, as I said, but I do want to go as far as possible in the playoff situation to hopefully earn as much money as possible. So yeah, Robinson, Byrne, long ball towards Woodcock, but he couldn't receive that. Here they come again though, and they shoot from that distance and they score. Shamar Moore. We got a lot of work with this team to do. Lots of things needs to change for the next season, that's for sure. We are just not good enough. I thought the first season showed promises of quite a good side, and I know that the most of the players that I brought into the team for this season was better players, and we've had a more problem this season than we had the previous season. And yeah, we need to release some deadwood. And what I mean by that is some players that aren't good enough to play for us needs to leave, while we need to sign some players that are good enough. We're getting beaten now. The season is over. 3-0, 70th minute. It's time to wave goodbye to this season. And all we can do is hope that we can get our hands on a couple of players and hopefully get I don't want to wrap it, but Ling, how terrible have you been today? All we can hope for is that we will get our hands on some good players, and hopefully that we will become a professional club, so that we can develop the players that we have. That's all we can hope for. And if we do that, if we get that, especially if we get the professional, I think if Trent Tringle isn't sold, he could be a really good player at the end of next season. So, yeah, we'll just have to see. Wrap it. It's a bit sad. Definitely a bit sad. I was hoping that we were going to go through at least one round, but we're having to say goodbye to the playoff already after the first game. So yeah, it's unfortunate, or should I say it's a sad thing. But that means that it will be a short episode today, and yeah, I'm just going to go through a couple of things before we end after the game here. Just going to go to the main screen and go through a couple of small things, and then everything is off. I'm not even happy about that goal. Honestly, I don't feel anything about that goal. Liverpool now doesn't even get to be a goal because it was probably offside or something. So yeah, we're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz, because of the wonderful Wizard of Oz. I'm gonna have to scour through the free transfer, the players without clubs. I'm gonna have to scour through them like an idiot after this season is over, which is a bit unfortunate, of course. 3-0 lost, and resting the players didn't help them. None played good. Only Robinson played good in the entire team. I'm gonna do like that. I don't care. And we are going to leave this season with a huge disappointment. Yeah. Here's another, a 16-year-old midfielder that I mean, look at this. But he's contracted until 26 with Bot. Is that Borham? No, they're called Bot. Where is that? In Brazil, all right. Bot? Don't I have... Are you serious? Oh, the real name has not kicked in here, so, well, good thing I don't, oh, whatever. Good thing that I don't work in getting manager jobs in Brazil then. So recruitment focus, they haven't found a single right defender all season. That is weird. Expectation for upcoming match against Altrincham, they were expecting defeat. Oh. Altrincham East to victory, yes. Telford defeats in the playoffs. Telford boss unwilling to experiment. Yeah, well. Noon enjoy. Well, that's my assistant manager. Sometimes I just want him to shut up because he said that he's looking to take in offers for Trent Tingle and stupid comments like that, which I'm very much against, of course. Let's end here now by going through everything. We have the financial situation where we this month lost £23,000 so far, and it's only the 7th of May. I mean, that tells me that we should have gotten a home game if we wanted to go to the playoff, or it wasn't any use of going through to the next round or going to that, which is sad. Work within the wage budget. We still are struggling with that. I'm trying to get rid of what do you call it? People or players. I'm trying to get rid of players. Sorry about that. My brain froze up. They want me to grow the club's reputation, which is satisfied here. That's interesting. Yeah, well, we had finished mid-table in the North National League North, which has passed because we reached the playoff. They wanted me to win the playoff. That's weird. They wanted me to finish in the mid-table and then wanted me to win the playoff, and I passed that one. We didn't win it. We didn't win a single game in the playoff, so that's weird. Reached the FA Cup proper. That's a fail. Be competitive FA Trophy. I passed that one. All right. This is what the board feels about me. This is what the supporters. They're not as happy as the board. They are delighted with leadership. I was untouchable for just a month or two ago. So yeah, that's not nice to see. Now let's go to the board. Let's see. The planning is still going on here for the professional status. And I don't know if I can request it again. Finances. No, I cannot. So hopefully they are going to make us professional during the summer vacation here now. And hopefully you will come back. Next episode, we have become a professional club, if I'm lucky. And so this is the thing we have here. Capacity of 6,300. 6,300, that is. And that's a higher capacity than we have with Welling in League One. One should be thinking about. And yeah. Transfers, we have James Wilson on his way in, nobody on his way out, but we can see here on the unwanted list, look at all these players and look at the salaries on them. 350, 375, 400, 450, 500, 150, 190, 130. They've just had too much faith in their own quality, I guess, and I've had too much faith in what they've told me, and they haven't been that good. So yeah, that's the problem when you sign them. But I guess, and I'm looking here and we can see the short list I've done. I've first of all, I've sorted them after being without a club, because those are the ones that I want to aim my goals at, those players, and then where they play. And I don't know, is Rorschach, we have it looks like we have done some scouting on that one, but none on these. So Emir Huys, we'd remember Emir Huys, don't we? We had him for many years with Welling United. And yeah, wonder if we want to sign him. We're just going to have to see about that. But as I said, this is the way it ended, with going out 3-0 against Altrincham, which is a bit sad. Let's see what has happened in the Premier League. Well, they have still got games to play, but they are champions. City has won the league, and United are 7th. Who has got in the manager job there now? Ruud van Nistelrooy has been given the managerial thing in Manchester United. That's interesting. Cristiano Ronaldo, the captain, Bruno Fernandes, the vice captain, Jadon Sancho, the key player, and Jurgen Menschik is the hot prospect. But yeah, oh well. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. I have. Please do like, subscribe, and all that nice stuff. And what else was I supposed to say? I'm supposed to say, stay safe out there in this dangerous world and have tons of fun. And I'll just end with bye 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 bye.